Hey there, Dan. It is Jay here at Rorick Mazda. So I thought this might be the most helpful. Just recapping, this is the 2023 CX50, and this is the turbo trim. A few giveaways of the turbo trim is you're going to have sort of the aluminum skid plates on the front, which to me kind of add a little bit of nice contrast. That square down there is actually going to be responsible for all of your radar. So this vehicle does have all of the full adaptive LED lights, as you can see. They will turn left and right as you move the steering wheel. You'll have all of your suite of safety features from lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, the pedestrian and cyclist detection, all of the collision avoidance, blind spot monitoring, and the list continues here. Wheel-wise, you're going to have the 20-inch sort of two-tone. They're almost like a machine gray and a little bit of sort of satin finish there. Obviously, all CX50s here are all-wheel drive. And then this one does have the crossbars, which to me, even a CX50 without it, I absolutely would add the crossbars. I think it gives it a nice height. Now, of course, you'll see kind of that aluminum skid plate going back here through the rear. You do have your larger exhaust with the additional resonator, so it does make the engine sound a little bit more growly, and that is because, of course, this is the turbo, as you'll see there. Now, liftgate-wise, everything is going to be power, so let me just open this up real quick. You might hear some crinkling and cracking, because of the, I'm losing my mind, the transportation sort of tape up on the roof. Now, cargo-wise, you'll see is pretty generous back here. You have a cargo cover. I'm going to go ahead and close this really quick. Now, if we look at the rear seats here, let me actually just click the unlock button. You'll see this does have the terracotta, which I think is gorgeous against the red. It's almost kind of like a basketball-like interior. And then you'll see you kind of have the accented black piping down the center. You'll have some USB charging back here. My favorite feature, I will say, you'll notice how large the sunroof is. I'll get into that here in a second, as that's the panoramic sunroof. Now, driver's seat wise, you'll see it is going to be 8-way power with power lumbar. That's obviously going to be a difference from your CX3. And then obviously you'll have the memory seats that tie into that power seat. Now, screen wise is a pretty big significant difference. This is now a 12-inch screen that goes all the way across. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, so that's something that you will not have in your current CX3, as is connected services. So there's an app that you would download and you can remote start and lock and unlock your vehicle. Now, Mazda's base stereo system is Pioneer, so you're still going to have 12 speakers. Down here, similar knob setup to what you have in the CX3, though yours is kind of like positioned almost behind the cup holders off to the right a little bit, where this is going to be more front and center, and then the cup holders in front of it. Now, center armrest and console going to be much deeper because obviously this is a little bit bigger of a vehicle. You'll see that you have your heated seats down here and your split climate system. Now, if I just turn on the electronics for a second, obviously screen up there. If you are using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, just know that it is touch. It's kind of like similar to your CX3 where you can touch if you're parked or stopped, though this is only touch in Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. If you do park in a garage, you will see that you have the home link buttons for the auto dimming rearview mirror. Now, sunroof wise, I'm just going to go ahead and open the shade so that way we can get an idea of how big that sunroof is. As you will see, it is a dual pane panoramic sunroof, and then the top does open as well. So obviously you'll notice that the shade is power. So of course I could kind of sit in here and go over things all day long in terms of the amount of features that this really has. But I figured I'd at least make you a quick video so that way you can get an idea of the overall looks, appearance, and just some of the amenities that are offered in this particular configuration. But hope this information helps, Dan, and look forward to hearing back. I appreciate the opportunity.